I'm Danielle with Trinity Readings. Sorry. We are going to do a collective Virgo new moon reading. So we're just going to see what is the energy during this new moon, anything you need to be aware of. I'm going to do a collective message, and then I'm also going to pull a message for each zodiac individually. And there will be timestamps for that in the description, or no, the comment section, sorry. So, I think this candle's about to go out. It's done. Okay, that feels kind of symbolic, right? Okay, so let's look at the energy collectively, what this new moon is going to bring. This is considered a black moon, and that's because there's going to be 2 Virgo new moons in the next month. This one is at 0 degrees Virgo, and then the next one, a month from now, will be in 29 degrees Virgo. So 0 degrees is like the very, very beginning of the sign, and then 29 degrees is like the very end of it. And so what that means is, number one, this is going to be a very amplified and powerful new moon, and also it means that it's really important to release anything that does not serve you. Usually full moons are where we need to release, but this new moon is also guiding you to release what is not in alignment with your truth, with your values. Keep in mind, Virgo is kind of at its core, Virgo is purity. Virgo is value. Virgo is acts of service, but acts of service in a way that are healing, that are authentic, right? And so anything that is not in alignment with that is something that you will need to kind of take a look at. Virgo is also the energy of attention to detail. And so it's encouraging everyone during this time to really look into more, kind of like look a little bit deeper, right? And also when it comes to healing, manifesting, being mindful of your energy, why can't I think? Oh my gosh. We have a tendency to kind of rush through things, right? Especially when it comes to our healing and things that our goals and things that we want, right? Because usually when you want something, you want it right in that moment. And so that's why there's always like quick fixes, quick solutions, easy weight loss, easy this, rapid this, right? But that completely dismisses Virgo energy. Virgo asks you to pay attention to the details. And because when you're paying attention to the details, when you're putting in the, everyday boring day-to-day effort, you're solidifying, you're putting value to what it is that you want. When you're looking into the details of everything, you're not just rushing through it. When you rush through anything, you're not going to be able to sustain it, right? That's why when there's quick weight loss options, usually when you can lose weight really quickly, you also gain it back really quickly, and you gain back twice as much, because we're not meant to rush anything. So keep that in mind with this energy. Also keep in mind that sometimes Virgo energy can be overly analytical, sometimes it can overthink, sometimes it can focus too much on the details, and you don't want to get into that space. But let us see, what is the collective message, the collective overall energy of this new moon? It's like declaring your sovereignty, declaring your spiritual sovereignty. It's like whatever change you want to see, whatever it is that you want to manifest, whatever it is that you feel is important to you, take ownership of it. Don't act like this is something outside of you and you have to wait to see if the universe is going to bless you with it. No, you claim it, and you put boundaries up to protect what it is that you're trying to manifest. So, for example, if you're wanting to manifest authenticity, right? If you're wanting to manifest the truth, if you're wanting to manifest people showing up authentically, then you have to put your own personal boundaries up and say, I'm only going to be authentic. I'm only going to speak truth. I'm not going to entertain people that are not authentic and truthful with me. If you want loyalty in your relationships, then you have to respect loyalty, right? You have to be loyal to yourself. You have to be loyal to your goals. If you know that somebody is not being loyal, then you stop entertaining that, right? It's funny, I had started this reading earlier, and then I just didn't like how it was coming out, so I stopped it. But this was the first card that came out in the first one I did. Any change you want to see, it's change of consciousness is required for a change to happen externally in your reality. Whatever you want to see shift outside of you, whatever it is you're not liking outside of you, in order to see any change, you have to change your energy inside. You have to change how you're perceiving it. You have to change how you're perceiving yourself. You have to change your own internal energy first. You're not going to see a change externally until you change internally, right? And that doesn't mean you change for other people. It means you change within yourself to get in alignment with what it is that you want. There's also this message, if people are not respecting your boundaries, they're also not ever going to take any sort of accountability for anything that they've done. And you don't want to be with somebody who is not going to take accountability for their actions. Okay, let's see if we can get a little bit more. It's like the energy that this new moon is bringing. It's almost like stop putting it on everybody else. You believe it within yourself. You accept it within yourself. Okay, let me get more clarity. So what is the overall message and guidance for this new moon? Oh, the Phoenix. In order to have the life you want, you have to completely eliminate and get rid of everything that you don't want and everything that does not align. You cannot hold on to something that you know is not for you while waiting for something else to happen, because what you're holding on to is going to block what you want from coming in. So for example, if you want a loyal partner, you can't hold on to the person that is not loyal to you while waiting for the loyal partner to come in, because that disloyal person is now connected to your energy, and that's what you're going to continue to attract. There's also this message like, how many times are you going to let yourself get burned by something before you put it to rest for good? it kind of feels like have you gotten so comfortable in the chaos or so comfortable in not having what you want or have you gotten too comfortable in the idea that you're waiting for something to fall in your lap? That you're just accepting a bunch of stuff that you don't want? Like, have you gotten too comfortable? Have you gotten so comfortable in the chaos that you're not taking any chances? It's like, how's your emotional well-being? What are you emotionally satisfied with, comfortable with? And why are you so comfortable with settling for such minuscule opportunities? It's like, why do you keep doing why do you keep making the same offer to something that's not supporting you? Why do you keep going after you're holding on to a belief, you're holding on to a way of doing things that completely contradicts emotional fulfillment. You're holding yourself back from your own happiness by entertaining things that are not fair, that are not in alignment, that are not in balance with what you want. In your relationships, it's kind of like your connections to people are based more around the energy and the passion and the desire, and not necessarily connected to authenticity, to love, to unconditional love. do your relationships reflect the understanding that you value yourself? Do the people in your life, the path that you're taking, does it reflect that you value yourself? You've gained some sort of independence, you've gained some sort of growth, but you still are going back to the same cycle instead of choosing a different path. Are the connections that you have, are the people that you're connecting to, the desires that you have, is that in alignment with your values? Does that reflect that you have respect for yourself? Does it reflect integrity for yourself? And so when it comes to setting intentions for the new moon, set intentions to connect to people and situations that are aligned with what you value. And you honor that by respecting that within yourself, right? By not entertaining anything that is not in alignment with what you value. No matter what, like even if somebody said, okay, this is your twin flame, right? Well, if your twin flame is not respecting you, you don't have to accept it. You know what I mean? If it's not in alignment with your values, well, this is your family. Well, just because they're your family, if they're not aligning with your values, right? Okay, so now we're going to do a message for each zodiac sign. So let's start with Aries. What is the overall message and guidance for you during this new moon? Where are you getting your nourishment from? People come to you when they're, struggling, when they're needing support, when they're needing nourishment. But where do you go to get your nourishment? What is feeding you love? Yeah, you're being guided to really spend some time during this new moon energy, really going into the depths of yourself, into the depths of your own dreams, and the depths of your own desires, what you're wanting to see in your life, create in your life. I feel like you're definitely being guided to show some compassion for yourself. And I feel like the people that you're entertaining, or the things that the priorities that you're having to juggle right now, I don't think that they're reflecting compassion for yourself. And I feel like I kind of feel like there's something coming up for you where it's like a come to Jesus moment. Like when are you going to start putting yourself first? And Aries energy as a whole is very good at being independent, right? And ideally should be very good at putting themselves first. But I feel like whatever you're dealing with, for some of you, this is something you've been dealing with for 2 years, for some of you up to 8 years. It's like, how long are you going to keep letting this spin you in circles, because it's not reflecting that you have compassion for yourself. Kind of like, if you really want true love, if you really want to receive love and abundance, take a look at what you are idealizing and valuing in other people, and ask yourself, is this really love? I feel like, instead of like wondering if people love us, wondering what somebody's feelings are, wondering what somebody's intentions are, we should really ask if entertaining the relationship is reflecting that we love ourselves. Let's move on to Taurus. Your guidance during this period is to like honor the, don't look at things at face value. Look at the emotional aspect of everything. Look at what your intuition is telling you. Ooh. You are dealing with some kind of like really insane betrayal, some sort of loss. But I feel like this is something that has like continuously, it's like something that has continuously hurt you over and over and over and over again. And I feel like you're perceiving this as a loss. But the only thing you're losing is just like this repetitive cycle of being let down. It's like, for some of you, maybe a very small amount of you, I feel like you keep connecting to a person that like keeps choosing other people over you. And it's happened more than once. And I feel like for this energy, like this new moon in particular, it's like really, it's feeling really heavy this time. But I also feel like you know that this, like, it's like this person has let you down again, but you also know, well, 2 weeks from now they're going to show back up. And so you keep it's like, it's almost like you're mistaking the fact that they keep showing up as some sort of sign that you're meant to be together, or that they care about you. But it's also like you're convincing yourself that you have no other option. You don't know how to say no to this person. You don't know how to cut this person off. And I feel like you have to completely cut this off, completely cut it off. And I feel like that might be what the issue is too, that you're not asserting yourself, or you're not completely cutting this person or the situation out. Like, this is like, you know what this is. Like, the Three of Swords is a crappy ass fucking card, but it also means having the awareness of what is causing you pain. Like, you know that this is not good. You know that this is not, this is like painful. But for whatever reason, it's like there's some sort of belief that you're holding on to that you can't get away from this. And I just want to throw this out there. If this is something that, like, you've been told that this person is your twin flame or your soulmate, or you believe that this person is your soulmate, and it's like, well, I don't, like, there's this hold, it won't go away, da 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 da. No. Like, the universe does not want, the universe is not going to put a soulmate in your path that is going to continue to do this to you. Like, why would God make that your soulmate? I know it's not easy. I'm sorry. And you might feel stuck, right? You might live with this person. There's probably more to it. But it's like all this time that you've invested in it, compared to what you believe that this is meant to be, right? So you have this dream of, or this vision of how you think this relationship is supposed to be, or what it's meant to be, right? So look at everything that has occurred in this time that you've been in this relationship, right? Everything that has grown and evolved. So where you're at now, how compare it to what you believe this to be, and how different is that? Like, if you believe that this is unconditional love, but you're not seeing any evidence of that, then why hold on to it? Because that's what it's going to be. That's not what it is now. So why suffer? I know I make it sound easier, or just, I know it's not that easy, but enough is enough. All right. We are on to Gemini. Let's see overall message and guidance for you during this time. A lot of times we avoid saying things to people, or communicating our truth, or expressing our feelings, because we don't want to be too much, or we don't know how that person is going to receive it, or we feel like, oh, they're having a bad day, I shouldn't say anything to them right now. We avoid saying things, for whatever reason. We wait for the right time. We wait to see if this person is going to pick up on the cues that we're dropping. But the more that you hold back saying what you need to say, or asking for what you want, the more resentment that you build up. And it's going to just get to the point that you just blow, right? You just explode. You've just had enough. And at the same time, the more you hold in, you're building and building and building resentment. And when you are holding on to a lot of resentment, you're going to attract things to you that are going to trigger that. So you get pissed off. So it's kind of like a message like, stop holding back on your own desires. Don't let it build up, or stop holding back saying what you need to say. you're being guided to really focus on where you need to have like balance restored. Anything that is off balance, if your relationships are off balance, ask yourself what you can do to bring this back into balance. Oh, you got justice and judgment. If you want balance to be restored, you have to open Pandora's box. You have to be willing to put everything out on the table. And if you don't feel that you can do that, then you're not going to be able to restore balance. But for whatever reason, I feel like you're holding yourself back, or you're holding back saying what you need to say. I feel like you believe that you're doing this for a good cause. Like you believe that you're holding back for a good cause, or you believe that you're holding back saying what you need to say for a good reason. And it might even be like out of compassion for another person, but is that reflecting compassion for you? Some of you might be dealing with a Scorpio, and you're finding it difficult to find the balance in that relationship. And for those of you who are dealing with a Scorpio, understand like Gemini energy is kind of like on the surface, right? Because Gemini is very much logical, right? And mentally driven and always seeking answers. Scorpio is the same way, where they're always seeking answers, but they really go deep, right? And they're really looking at the shadow aspect of things, the emotional aspect of things, where Gemini tends to look at things in more of a logical way. And so it's really difficult for Gemini and Scorpio to kind of find that flow, because Scorpio is trying to like pull you to the depths, and you're just like, come on, let's go, right? So if you're dealing with a Scorpio, just understand that they might be holding a lot. Like there's things that need to be brought out in the open, like things of depth. And they're probably also looking for you to kind of express your depth, right? If you're not dealing with a Scorpio, you might be dealing with a relationship that is at the point where there needs to be a pretty big shift, a pretty big transformation. And in order to get to that space, I feel like you really need to kind of acknowledge what it is that you might be holding back that would be valuable to bring out in the open. Yeah, I feel like it's like you're dealing with this energy where it's either like all or nothing, right? It's either all this passion and excitement one minute, and then the next minute like complete stagnancy, like nothing, silence, right? You're dealing with somebody that's hot and cold, and it's been this cycle over and over and over again. And this might even just be like a theme in your life, right? Even with your finances, with your work. Like one week it's super insanely busy, and then the next week it's absolutely nothing at all. And the reason for that, it's almost like you're keeping a lot of things in as a form of protection. And I feel like part of you believes that you're protecting yourself, and part of you believes that you're protecting the other person, but the vulnerability is needed to open this up to the next level. All right. Next is Cancer. Cancer. Let's see overall message and guidance for this new moon. You have a choice. I'm hearing take the high road. Take the high road doesn't mean to let somebody disrespect you, by the way. It just means that you choose not to engage in bullshit. The theme of this is movement, is forward movement, is a need for change. And it's almost like a need to move forward whether you have everything that you need or not. Like, take the good and the bad with you. There's a need for change. There's a need to do something differently because you keep offering the same thing and getting the same results. You keep doing the same thing and getting the same results. You're dealing with a situation that is like you're not emotionally satisfied. I feel like you're emotionally numb to something at this point. And it's like it's like you can't keep going about it the same way. And I feel like this is something that you're very much in agreement with, aware of, right? You're like, yeah, I need to do something differently. I need to change the way that I'm but it's kind of like when you get to the point that you're like, I can't keep moving in this direction, you're completely pissed off, right? You're completely frustrated, you're completely angry. So the action that you're taking is like a very aggressive action, right? And it's kind of like it ends up putting you into the same cycle, right? Or it's like you're leaving, you're going, okay, this is not working, so let me hurry up and get out of this situation, but you are putting yourself into a situation that is like eerily similar, because again, it's like you're waiting until it frustrates you to no end before you're taking action. And when you do take action, it's because you're completely triggered. And so this new moon is encouraging you to like, what is holding you back, right? Why are you, it's like insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results, right? So every choice that you make moving forward, you don't want to do what's going to bring you comfort, right? Because you've kind of like learned to find comfort in the chaos, right? That's why you're, right? You want to kind of push yourself out of your comfort zone, but not in a triggered way, not in an angry way, right? You want to do it in a more thoughtful way. And so I feel like this is asking you to like really take a step back and ask yourself, like, what is holding me back from having what I really want, from being where I really want to be? Or how am I holding myself back? This new moon seems to be guiding everybody to get the fuck out of there. Get the fuck away from people. I don't know. All right, we are on Leo. All right, Leo, what is the overall message and guidance for you? There's like a shit ton of cards missing out of here. My grandson got a hold of my cards, and I think he must have hid a stack of them. We're going to use it anyway. What is the overall message and guidance for Leo for the Virgo new moon? Oh, I like this. Okay, lighthearted. Leo energy is 5th house. It's the inner child. It's creativity. It's fun loving, right? So the more that you can embrace that lighthearted, fun loving energy, the easier it is for you to manifest and attract good things to you. So it's kind of like embrace the core of your energy. Try not to take things too seriously right now. Oh, there's one of them. Even if you're seeing stress, even if you're dealing with like conflict or blockages, know that it's like, even though something might seem to be difficult or seem to be taking a long time, it's simply because what is manifesting is extremely valuable. Like somebody once said to me, you don't want the things that you can manifest quickly. You don't want to manifest something quickly, because anything that you can manifest quickly is also something that is going to leave quickly, right? Anything that takes time to manifest is also going to be the things that you're able to sustain for a long period of time. So the theme is 7 of Cups. So I feel like you're in this space right now where there's a lot of uncertainty about what you want, uncertainty about the future, uncertainty about where you stand with other people even. But I feel like it's not necessarily a bad thing. I feel like you've recently like you've gone through some insane ending. You've let go of something that has really been causing just a lot of pain. And for some of you, I feel like this is something that has been going on for like 10 years. A very long time. Oh, okay, I like that. Okay. So you've gone through so much loss, you've gone through so much difficulty, right? And you're at this place where you've kind of like come to the end of this really insanely difficult cycle, right? And so it's like you've let go of all this stuff, and now you're just like, okay, now what? I don't know what to do. And you probably feel like you need to hurry up and go after something, but you don't want to do that. You want to really take time to tap into your feminine energy, tap into that energy of healing, and really dig deep into what you want and what abundance means to you and what love means to you. Because what you've been connected to, what you've had to leave behind, what has been causing you pain, is like you're connecting yourself to like everything you've connected to has required that you practically kill yourself just to get a little bit of anything, right? A little bit of value. You're overextending yourself just to get a little bit of support. You're overextending yourself just to get a little bit of love. And that's why it caused so much pain, because you were overextending yourself. And so you're kind of being guided to embody that less is more energy with this new moon. And it's funny because Virgo energy is about attention to details and putting in the work, right? And putting in that dedicated day-to-day work. But you're being guided to kind of do the opposite, to have fun. And it's probably because you've spent too much time doing too much. So just relax. All right, next is Virgo. So what is the overall message and guidance for you? Your light is valuable. The joy you have is valuable. The love that you have is valuable. Just because it's something that cannot be seen doesn't mean it's not valuable. And I kind of feel like the more you honor the value in your light and the value in your love, the more you'll see that value reflected to you externally. The theme of this new moon for you is the Hermit, which is Virgo. You are Virgo. This is the Virgo new moon. So Virgo, it's just asking you to like really look within your essence, who you are. You're not waiting for the light to find you. You're waiting to see the light within you and shine it for everybody to see. And I don't know why I feel like crying when I said that. You are the light. I always see Virgo energy, like it always reminds me of like the Virgin Mary. Just that energy of like pure, unconditional love. Things are not at all what they seem right now. The reality that you're seeing is like completely contradicting what you're feeling internally and what you're experiencing internally. But that is the blessing right now, which I know sounds weird. Because I don't know why I feel like crying. It's almost like everything around you is chaos and everything around you is a lie and everything you're looking at, it's like, what the fuck is this shit? But it's like you're the light. Your light is what is meant to make sense of everything. I don't know why I'm like about to all cry. It feels so pure. It's like you don't I love this. You don't even see how powerful you are. Like you have no idea how powerful you are. And you're going through all of this shit in your life where everything around you seems like insane and it doesn't make sense why all this shit keeps happening to you, because you know you're a good person. You know you're a good person. You know you're loving. You know you're pure, and nobody sees that, and people act like you're crazy, and people act like you must be bad, and you feel like you're just being pulled in a million different directions and nothing makes sense. It's because you're the light, you're the love, and it's not that you're the one that is supposed to fix everything around you. It's that you're supposed to see that everything within you, that the love that you have, oh my God, sorry, like I'm genuinely like super emotional. Like everything you have inside of you is the light that is needed. And that is your power. That is your superpower. Not your ability to love people that are going to keep taking advantage of that, but to love yourself and to give yourself that love and to love yourself fiercely and just love life and love the people that do reciprocate that love. Like, you're it. You're it. Oh my God. I have a client who's has a shit ton of Virgo in her chart. And girl, I really hope you're watching this reading because you definitely need to hear that. It has nothing to do with anything outside of you. It's your love for yourself, your pure love. You don't have to prove that. You have nobody to prove that to. Let your love, let your light be your priority, and everything else outside of you will work itself out. Man, that felt good. All right, Libra, let's see what your message is. All right, it is time. The tarantula is saying, like, this is time for a very, very big shift. I feel like there's a need to kind of take a pause. Something has to change, and I feel like something has to change pretty drastically. And there's something about, like, with the clothes that you wear, and I know that's like just, that's not literally, like the armor that you're putting on. The armor that you're putting on every day. What was the Emperor's New Groove? Like the original story of that. Like the original, it was like the Emperor's, was it the Emperor's New Clothes? I forget what that story was even about. I know it was a king who thought he had like the best clothes, but they were like, it was really like nothing. He was like naked. I don't know why that reference is coming out. All right, let me keep going. It kind of feels like a need to, it's like you're doing something in an attempt to protect yourself, but it's actually leaving you like extremely vulnerable. Like you feel like you're doing something that is protecting you or keeping you safe, but in all reality you're completely exposed. Yeah, I feel like there's something that has evolved over time, something that you've been waiting for, something that you've been putting time and effort to, and I feel like now you're seeing the truth of it. Like the more that things have evolved, the more that whatever the truth of this is like really staring you in the face, and I feel like that truth is like completely contradictory than what you initially thought that it was. But to fully accept the truth means that you have to like completely shift, right? That it requires like a very big change. And it almost feels like I've put so, like, it's almost like that means like changing your identity in some way, or something of that nature. Or it's like you feel like, you feel like you need to be connected to this situation, or you need to be connected to this person. But it's lowering your value. It's like you feel like this increases your value in some way, but it diminishes you. Like it doesn't resonate with you at all. It gives the illusion of comfort, but it's like you put all this effort into growth and value because of this situation or because of this person, and like it's not even in alignment with that. But it's like you've played this role for so long that you don't, and I'm not saying like in a manipulative way, but like, for example, you decided like 7 years ago that you wanted to join the Catholic Church, right? And you put all this time and effort in, and all this studying, and connecting to the community and all of this stuff, right? I don't know how that works. I mean, I grew up Catholic, but I don't know how it would be to like join. But anyway, but then it's like once you like really are in it, right, in the Catholic Church, involved in the Catholic community, you're like, whoa, like this is not what I thought it was, but I need this because this is faith-based, this is God. Like, what if I turn away from this, then does that mean I'm turning away from God, right? It's like something like that. It's like something that you've put so much effort into because you felt connected. And now it's like, now that you're really like standing in your truth, it's like it doesn't resonate with you anymore. But it's also like, to remove this feels like it's removing part of your identity or part of your protection. And I feel like you need to know, like, really dig, really look and ask yourself, like, this is not matching my values. It's not resonating with who I am. So do I really want to, do I really want to risk continuing with this if it doesn't even agree with who I am? All right. Scorpio. What is the overall message and guidance for Scorpio during this moment? Just keep swimming. Sorry. I know that's not what that card means. I feel like there's this guidance to follow your intuition, follow what's going on, like follow where your emotions are leading you, even if it doesn't make sense. Like I'm literally seeing that scene in Finding Nemo where they're like in the middle of like the black ocean and there's like nothing, right? It's like that's kind of where you're at. That's where you're at. You know how to get through this, right? You have that internal radar. You just have to keep following your intuition, following your emotional world. Yeah, this Virgo new moon is helping you to open your heart center space more. It's activating your intuition in like a really powerful way. Like activating your heart of gold. You know, everybody always says that Scorpios are like evil and manipulative, but Scorpios are like literally the most loyal people you will ever meet. They're also loyal to their hatred of you once once they get to that space. But like I feel like you're connecting to this energy where it's like it's safe for you to show that heart of gold, to move through your heart center space. There's something about the energy of this Virgo new moon. It's like connect to your heart center space, connect to your intuition, connect to your inner self, your inner guidance. Your inner wisdom, and that's going to bring you where you need to be. The challenge is the Two of Wands, like you're not sure, like you don't know what to do, you don't know what path to take. But I feel like you don't have to. It's like you don't need to know like what direction to go in. You don't need to know what path to take. You just need to connect with what you feel is purposeful and meaningful within your own heart, right? Within like what is purposeful, what is meaningful to you. And let that be your compass, like let that be your like navigation system. There's also this energy, which is funny, like your softness is being asked for. Your soft nature is being asked for. Your softness is being rewarded. Scorpio is not soft. I'm not making fun of y'all because I'm a Scorpio too, so. Alright, let's see. Oh, yeah, okay. You're experiencing like this really beautiful, emotional awakening. And not just like an awakening in the sense of like connecting to your true love, but like awakening to love, awakening to your purpose, your light, your spiritual connection. I feel like your intuition is being activated. Your connection to your guides, your connection, your channeling abilities, like all of that is being activated. And it might not make sense, right? But and it's like all of this stuff is coming up, but you're being guided to just really tune into that, really tune into what's being, what you're connecting to in your heart center space, what your intuition is telling you. And even if it doesn't make sense, just keep swinging. I don't mean to be such a dork, but I am. All right, Sagittarius. What is this new moon bringing for you? King of Pentacles, money. you are on the path to success. You are on the path to long-term stability. You are on the path of leaving a really powerful legacy. Because you know your shit, you know what you're talking about. You are the truth. You're holding a truth, or you possess a truth, or you possess insight that is extremely valuable. Other people might not agree with it. Other people might not be getting in alignment with it. But I feel like you have like this insight, you're holding on to this truth, or you know this truth, or like your perspective is very valuable. I also feel like you have an idea, you have some sort of idea that you're being encouraged to move forward with, because this is something that is really going to prove to be solid and stable and very valuable. It might be a little bit difficult, like getting things into balance or getting other people in agreement with you. It also might be, it's like not everybody's going to be in agreement with you. Like whatever this truth is might stir some shit up. It might make some people uncomfortable, but that's, what's that saying? I don't even know if it's a saying or if it's just a song. The truth will set you free, but first it'll piss you off. The truth doesn't make people happy all the time, right? It's, it doesn't have to. It's truth. You're not here to make people comfortable. Give me a little bit more. Yeah, you're not here to be a follower. You're not here to be a follower. You're here to be a leader. You're here to follow your authenticity. And that's going to bring you a lot of value. You are not here to be a follower. You do not chase, you attract, right? You're not here to follow in line. You're not here to, you're here to follow your truth. And if that makes people uncomfortable, if what you have to say makes people uncomfortable, that's okay. You need to get it out, because you're on the path to something really valuable, really solid. And you need to feel like and be in an authentic space to do that. Okay, so Capricorn. There is like this new moon is bringing you the energy of change, a necessary change. There's a cycle that maybe has been kind of repetitive, and there's a definite need for change, but I feel like you're very hesitant to make this change. You feel like you don't have what you need to make this change. I feel like you might even feel that this change is going to kind of leave you very exposed or leave you very vulnerable. I kind of feel like the cycle is, if you're finding yourself cycling through, continuing to repeat the same cycle, or the same difficulty keeps showing up. it's like you know that something is meant to be. You know that this is meant to be on your path. This is something that you've asked for, but you keep hitting the same roadblocks over and over again. It's like you're needing to fully align with the spiritual aspect of it, or the internal aspect of it, the faith-based aspect of it. It's like the challenge is the star card. So your challenge is faith. Your challenge is I feel like it's in the method that you're using. You're finding yourself feeling stuck or feeling restricted. You're finding it difficult to manifest what you want or manifest abundance. But it's like you're doing it in a way where it's like you keep, like you're trying to catch the fish with your hands. You keep trying to rush in and grab the fish, and every time you reach in, you scare all the fish away. But you keep doing it because like, this is how I'm supposed to catch this fish. Instead of stepping back and going, okay, I'm gonna instead use a fishing lure or something like that. Let me see if I can get more clarity on this. You're on the path to success. You're on the path to like complete success, financial success, success in love, everything that you've been working towards. But it's like there's one thing that you're not, it's like whatever this is like it's like you're asking for, you're saying, okay, I want spiritual love. I want to manifest spiritual love. I want to manifest being on my spiritual path. It's like you're asking for something that is like spiritually based or based in divine law, okay? And you're doing everything practically that you're supposed to do, but there's this one thing that require, like anything is spiritual in nature requires complete authenticity, right? It requires complete truth, complete honesty, being able to be honest with yourself, being able to just be authentic in general, and also like following all the divine laws, right? But it's like there's some sort of negative attachment that you're holding on to. Okay, what is that? That you need to be aware of. It's the idea of love that you have is is like not supported. It's almost like you're looking to have this ideal love and dismissing the understanding that that is inside of you, right? That you're holding on to the impression that you need this love to come towards you to feel fulfilled, but that's something within you. I also feel that there might be this romanticized version of love or a relationship that you have that is the very thing that is keeping you separate from manifesting that. It's like you're asking for something divine in nature, right? But not accepting your own divinity, or you're asking for something divine in nature and accepting things that aren't divine. Does that make sense? For some of you, I feel like you're wanting this ideal relationship, but the person that you're wanting it from has shown you over and over and over again that they're not even aligned with your spiritual path. Give me a little bit more. Like you can't have what you want while holding on to what you don't want. And if what you want is divine in nature, then you have to be able to walk in divinity, to honor your divinity, to not accept anything that is not divine in nature. And I feel like for a lot of you, it's that part of manifesting, right? Part of receiving something divine is that you don't have to control it. You need to allow things to happen, but it's like you're wanting to manifest catching, or you're wanting to manifest this fish, and you just need to kind of be in that zen place with it, right? To kind of let it flow, but you keep trying to grab it. It's like you keep trying to control the narrative instead of allowing the divine to flow through you. Okay. All right. Next is Aquarius. I feel like you have to go back to move forward. You have to disconnect in order to receive the right kind of connections. You have to reflect back on the past in order to get what you need to move forward. Yeah, this new moon is bringing like a lot of like conflict and chaos for you. It's like you're not on the same, it's like you're connecting to people that are working against you. You're involved in a lot of power struggles. You're connecting to people that are like more challenging than supportive. Yeah, you have to revisit the past and shed more light on the past in order to move forward. I feel like there's something you may be perceiving as innocent that is not, that is wearing a mask. I feel like you might be mistaken like some sort of competitive nature from a person as like love, but it's actually a form of control. This is icky. You're wanting some sort of new opportunity. You're wanting things to kind of flow easily, but there's conflict that you're gonna have to deal with first. It's like what you're wanting to manifest, other people are challenging it. I feel like you're kind of like you're trying to manifest. You're in this space of I don't chase, I attract, right? Which is a good space to be. But I feel like it's almost like you're sitting in that mind space, thinking that you don't need to do anything. But you're holding back on taking some sort of action that would produce a much faster change, a much more beneficial change. Oh, it's like you're wanting support, you're wanting connection, you're wanting to feel supported, right? But and obviously we're not meant to chase anything. We're not meant to chase anything, right? We really aren't. But it's almost like you're grasping on or holding on to that mind space a little bit too tightly. And when it comes to like connections with other people, it's like you're holding on to this idea, I'm not, this person is going to come to me, I'm not gonna make any move. And it's almost like you're expecting for that person to fight for you, but that completely contradicts what you're wanting to manifest, which is connection, which is teamwork, right? And I feel like that's kind of the theme overall. It's like you're wanting everything that you're wanting right now, or the things that you're wanting to manifest, involve connecting with somebody else or other people in harmony. But the way that you've kind of learned to manifest and go about this, in all honesty, is creating a more competitive environment than anything. And so it's like there's like this competition you're saying, I want somebody to fight for me. I want somebody to fight to prove that they love me, but that's asking for struggle. That's asking for strife, right? That's asking for things to be difficult, and that creates things that are imbalanced. And so I feel like that's what it is, like needing to just go back to the beginning of like what you're trying to manifest and how you're going about it, and just kind of like readjust as necessary, because the way that you're going about things, you're unintentionally disconnecting yourself from other people. All right, last but not least, Pisces. Alright, so what is the overall message and guidance for you for this Virgo new moon? Oh, co-create. That's kind of similar to the Aquarius message. You're being guided to like examine if you're working to like what you're co-creating with other people. Are you working in harmony with those you're connected to? Are you working towards the same goal? Are the people that you're connecting to, like, what are you creating together, right? Because you're always creating, right? We're always creating with our thoughts, with our emotions, with our actions, right? When we connect to other people, we are integrating that in, and we're co-creating with other people. And so if you are connected to people who are always competitive and they're always trying to pick a fight, then you're co-creating chaos with that person, right? It's kind of similar to the Aquarius message. So if you have Aquarius in your chart, cycle back to that. If you're wanting to manifest love and harmony and peace, you can't manifest that while also saying, I'm not going to do shit. You're going to have to fight for me. You're going to have to prove to me that you love me. You're going to have to prove to me. Like you can't ask for something and then not, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see if we can get a little bit more on this. This new moon is kind of like bringing this big surge in your emotional world, and it's giving you this push and desire to want to connect, to want to follow your dreams or have things that are fulfilling. And the Nine of Cups is saying that emotional fulfillment, it's saying that this is 100% emotional fulfillment is available to you during this period. I kind of feel like for some of you, this new moon is bringing in love, and it's bringing in the spiritual type of love where you and this person create together. You and this person are on the same page. You share the same values. And so it's like, focus on, when it comes to connecting with other people, let go of focusing on just purely what your desires are, right? Not that that's not important, right? We all need to have our emotional needs and desires met, but instead of making that the main focus, I want to manifest this, I want to bring in this, I want to have this, right? Ask yourself, like, keep the focus on, what are me and this person creating together, right? When I connect with this person, what do I want to experience, you know, with me and that? Like, what are you guys creating together? I know. Sorry. This energy, in all honesty, should be the most difficult for you, right? Because Virgo energy is the complete opposite of you. But it's almost like the groundedness of the Virgo energy is giving you that kind of stability, that groundedness to feel kind of settled in your emotional world. It's actually really good for you. And this is like this period of time is asking you to re-examine how you're connecting with other people, especially when it comes to emotional relationships and emotional fulfillment. If you're wanting connections that are going to give you emotional fulfillment, or if you're looking to receive emotional fulfillment in your relationship, right? Instead of looking at it like, I need this person to do this for me, I need this person to do this for me, or I want this from this person, or I want this from this person. Instead, look at what can me and this person create together, what can we enjoy together, look at what connects you instead of what separates you. All right, love you guys.